I'm going to show you how to create a perspective drawing using Google Drawings. First thing you want to do is go to your Google Drive, and the way you get there is you click this little waffle, click on the drive, and then you'll get into your drive. Click on New, and you see I don't see Google Drawings right here, so I'm going to go to More, and there it is right there at the top. It may not be at the top of yours, but if you scroll down, you'll be able to see where it is. So I'm clicking on that, and that brings up a new Google drawing. First thing you want to do is name it. Put your name and perspective, and then click out of that. First, I want to draw a horizon line. Get that again. And you see the little plus that comes up. I want to go straight across. And then I'm going to click the select tool, and I'm going to reposition it until I get it right in the middle. You see the guidelines highlight red as I hover over that area, and there I have my horizon line. Now I'm going to create my vanishing point. Before I make it vanish, I need it to be big, so I'm going to click Format Options and make sure it's a circle. It is not. So I could use these arrows up and down, but sometimes it's a little iffy about whether or not it's going to get it to exactly the right size. So I'm going to just change both of them to 1 inch. Then I'm going to click aspect ratio, and then I have a perfect circle. Again, you want to hover until you get to the middle. Next, I'm going to get a rectangle. Now I'm going to use this one to start with just as an example. I'm not going to use this particular one because there's a particular reason. So I'm going to attach some lines, and you notice as I hover over here, it actually highlights a little purple dot on each of the sides. I'm going to start the dot, and I'm going to hover until I get purple dots on my circle, and I'm going to attach it. Now I want it to be attached, but I don't really want it attached to the lines. I would prefer it to be attached to the corner, but you see a purple dot doesn't come up. So when I put it there, it looks pretty good, but when I move this around, it doesn't stay attached. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to go back to shapes. I'm going to get the diamond, put the diamond there, and then undo lock aspect ratio. I'm going to make that a 2 and a 2, and now it's a square. I'm going to lock it, but I want it to be so that the edges are parallel to my line. So I'm going to need to rotate it around. I'm going to put it at a 45-degree angle. I know it looks like it's parallel, but it is parallel, but what it's doing is it's taking the diamond right through the middle and this way, and it's setting the number based on the diamond. So to make it so that it is parallel, these two lines, top and bottom, are parallel, I need to make it at a 45-degree angle, which turns it just a little bit. So once I have that set, then I'm going to attach this line, and I want it to be one that's in a good position. If I were putting one up here, I would attach it to one of these. Then I'm going to take that line, I'm going to copy it, and go to copy, and then go back here and paste. Another way you can do it is on your computer. You can do Control C to copy, then Control V to paste. V means view. Then you're going to attach those lines. Now I'm going to click the select tool, and now you see when I move this around, the lines actually move along with it. Now what I want to do is I need to reduce this down to the smallest possible size. And I wait until I have all of this constructed, because if I do it before all of this is constructed, then it's a little harder to find those little spots that turn purple. So I'm going to reduce this down. I want to keep the lock aspect ratio on. I'm going to reduce it down to 0.01 and see both of them changed. And you see the little dot is so small I can hardly see it. Now I could just take a hold of it and move it, but sometimes on Google Drawings it gives you a little bit of trouble. So I'm going to show you a little trick. Go to Position, and these arrows determine where the line is. The x-axis goes from left to right, and the y-axis goes up and down. So I'm going to move it down. You actually use the up arrow to move it down. I know it sounds crazy, but it's Google Drawings. Okay, so now it's attached to the horizon line. I can move this and make it so that it looks just the way I want it to be. So next thing, I want to color the top, and I'm going to make it a gradient. These are kind of neat. Choose your favorite color. I've always been kind of partial to kind of a bluish green. There isn't one in between those two. I could do a custom one, but I'm not going to take that time right now. So I've got that colored. Now I can't fill this in. No fill tool comes up because there's no shape in there. These are just lines. So I'm going to go up here, go to my polyline, and it actually works better if I make it bigger so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, I've got my polyline tool. Let me just make sure I still have it. Let me get it again. See my little plus that comes up? You start at this corner, go to this one, then this corner, and this corner, and see it highlights it. I'm going to go to gradient, choose that. You see how it gives it that nice shading? Go back to the polyline. Okay, I need to deselect. Now I'm going to go to polyline. I'm going to go to this corner, click my vanishing point, and there's vanishing point. Click there, colors it in, but I'm going to make it a gradient, and there we have it. So it looks like, let me go ahead and back it out again so you can see. So it looks like this design, this shape, is extending all the way into the distance, far, far away. Play around with this. I think you might enjoy it. You could even play around with some different shapes, see how they do. Just make sure the points, the hot points when you attach your lines, make sure that they are on the corners and not only in the middle. So I hope you'll enjoy working on this. It's kind of fun. It's very relaxing. So check it out and see how you like it.